How many of you have heard the saying, the days are long and the years are short? I have said that because I have heard other people say that to me, and they're talking about when we're raising our kids. Yes, there are days that seem to go on forever, and then you take a look back at pictures, at birthdays, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, where is the time going? If you are in that boat, comment below. Time. Where's the time going, right? Time, time, time. It is flying, even though there are some days that our kids are pushing our buttons. There are some days that we're so tired and we don't know how we're going to survive. We get there. Our kids get there, right? I'm just checking out to see who is here. Tiffany is here. Ashley is here. I am here. Awesome. I'm trying to see. Let me see. All awesome. I'm going to give us a heart because we are here and it won't let me do this from this platform. Anyways, it's totally cool. So I had the idea for this live tonight because of this. Here it is. I'm going to make it big. Let me see if we can. No. Fade out there. Okay, I don't know if I just faded out and I lost audio, but I will just repeat myself real quick. I encourage you to enjoy even the struggles because when I was reading this quote and I saw the reactions to it, I knew that I was hitting a chord with a lot of you, that you understood that there is an element, a really big element to parenting, which demands that we're present, to enjoy even the struggles, to not let these days and years pass us by. I was actually talking to someone within this past week, and she is expecting, I believe it's her second grandchild, and she was asking me about my kids and how old they are, and I said, oh, they're 10 and 7 and they're growing so big. And she says, well, they're still babies. I said, no, they're not. They're so big. And she said, you just wait because the time is going to keep going quicker and quicker. I remember when her now grown son was barely able to peek out the window of one of the windows in their home. And now he's a grown man having children of his own. She said, it goes so fast. Enjoy it. Watch them sleep. Play with them. Actually, before I came up to do our video, I was playing, we got out actually our old Nintendo from like 1980. And I was playing Micro Machines with my son, like so fun. That was one of my favorite games when I was growing up. And we were playing. Earlier today when I got home, we were playing outside. And it doesn't just need to be playing. It can be reading. It can be doing something that they enjoy doing. It could be watching a movie. It could be doing a craft. Just be present with them. Be with them. Get rid of the distractions. Live in such a busy world, a multitasking world, that a lot of times, and I can speak for myself too, a lot of times I find myself saying, hold on just a minute, let me finish this first. But the chores will be there. The posts on Facebook and other social media platforms will be there. They'll be there later. Your kids won't always be growing up. And that's actually what I have in my notes to say at the end. So we are going to revisit that, but I totally believe in that. That is huge. And that is true. Your kids aren't going to wait to grow up. The chores of your house will. Responding to something on your phone will wait. It'll still be there, I promise. So I thought we would look back not only on where we've come, no matter how young your kids are or how old, and just take a minute to reflect on what we think would help us to be present. And I'm going to just leave this up for just one more minute here. I wrote down, I want to say 5. I wrote down 4 ways to help us remember to be a present parent in our kids' lives. I meant to do it this way, which is not working that great. So to be present in your kid's life, that's what we're talking about today. You're going to miss them growing up if you don't hurry up and start using these 4 ways we're going to talk about right now. So I am going to get rid of this for now. And I am going to write one word that I actually just said. And it's not going to look very pretty because I did not select to use my purple colors. It's just red tonight. And whatever, I guess it matches my earrings a little bit, which went with my outfit today. So reflect. That is number 1. One way to not miss your kids growing up. One way to be more present in their lives as they're growing, to enjoy them, is to reflect and decide what goals you want for yourself as a parent and for your kids. And there are foundational ways that I have written about in my book, I talk about in my courses, and I've posted about periodically on this page and in our closed group. There are foundational elements to raising our kids that will help us to be present and have positive relationships with them. So here they are. Communication. Huge. Even just having a conversation about nothing. That helps. That helps with bonding. That helps your kids see that you care about what they're talking about. Have those conversations. Coping. Teach them how to cope with disappointment. True story today. My son did not earn what he was trying to earn, which was actually riding a snowmobile, because we got quite a bit of snow today. He did not earn that based on his school performance today. He was crying. He was sad. We had to process that. Coping is a life skill. When things don't go our way, even if we really try to get them to go our way and they don't, we need to be able to cope with that. That is a foundational parenting skill that can help you be present in your kid's life. Teaching them and showing them communication, coping skills, also having expectations and doing them, upholding them consistently is amazing for your kids' behavior, for your relationship, for their decision making, for their problem solving. And when you can be consistent in praising them and rewarding them for a job well done, and letting some consequences ride like I did today, when you can do those things while communicating, while coping, you are going to have an excellent opportunity to be present as your kids are growing up, because we can't stop them from growing. But what we can do is change our approach to parenting. Really encouraging and supporting our kids to follow our expectations for them, even when they're not in our care, like today, my son at school. Being consistent with that. And don't forget, something that I like to talk about quite a bit. I'll write it down. I'm going to put it in all caps. Here it comes. A village. It takes a village. I could not do all of this myself. Raising kids takes a support network. Your spouse, your sister, your brother, your parents, your neighbors, your friends. We need help sometimes, and that's okay. Our kids actually benefit from our consistency with them individually, but also hearing it from other people and other people upholding our expectations as well as parents. It takes a village. It takes all those support people in your kids' lives to show them that there are positive results from their behaviors. And then, like I said before, also there are consequences when things are not going well, but there's also communication, there is coping, and of course, there is unconditional love. That's a huge foundational piece as well. I'll just put the word love there, unconditional love. No matter what you earn or don't earn, I love you no matter what. I love you forever. Nothing can change that. So that is number one. One way that you can be present as your kids are growing up so that you don't miss it and that you don't end up one day saying, oh my gosh, where did those years go? I wish I could have done better. If you want to make changes in your kids' behavior, the way you are parenting, the way they are reacting to you, we can do that. It's now, it's reflecting and it's making that goal. If you want that change in your life, just comment below change and I will reach out to you privately and we will acknowledge that change. It can happen, I swear. Okay, ready? Number two. Going on to number two. With the foundation comes being present, which is what we're talking about. And I turned the page the wrong way. You know I love my notes. Okay. I want you to think as we are looking at the foundational piece. I want you to take this one step further for number two. Will you, not even talking about what your kids will remember yet, will you remember days that you were doing the laundry and washing the floor? Or will you remember the days that you got the Nintendo out from 1980 and played Micro Machines with your kid like I did a few minutes ago? I'm going to remember that I played that video game with him and we had fun. I'm not going to remember that on the 6th of December, 2018, I ran 2 loads of laundry. No, it's not going to stick with me. Because why? Because that bonding time to be present is more important. He is more important. Here I am with what I said initially without even looking at my notes. The chores will wait. The social media and emails will always be there. Your kids won't. Even if they're itty bitty and you're like, I got so much time. Yeah, I know. I know it feels that way, but it goes like that. So I encourage you to make good choices to be present and use those foundational skills. Now flip it. Will your kids remember you spending time with them, or will they remember you as a disengaged parent? And this is another true story. I seem to have a lot of conversations this week. Speaking with someone who said to me, my father was a really hard worker, always providing for his family. And above and beyond that, he had other interests that he was just not home for. He worked, he had hobbies. And this one particular person said, I don't really remember doing much with my dad. I don't have memories. Even though this person's dad is still alive. Well, what happened? Dad chose to do other things. Yes, he has to work. We're not criticizing that at all. But above and beyond that, Dad chose to do other things and spend time with his kids. That was not being present. He missed out on his kids' childhood. And even as adults, that person is reflecting on that. What will they remember? They will remember you being present. So remember, number one is reflect on yourself and create goals. Think in your head, what kind of goals do I want for my kids and for my parenting? Number two is then to apply those foundational skills we ran through and to think, what am I going to remember most about my kids growing up? What actions will I remember and my kids remember in positive ways? Think about that. Number 2 will drive your goal for number 1. Reflecting, reflecting, reflecting. What change do you want? How do you want your kids to remember your parenting? How do you want to reflect back years later on how you raised your kids? Okay, you have that answer. Now, what's your goal? Remember, comment below change. We will totally start working on that, which would be so exciting. Number 3, include your kids. And by this, I mean include them in conversations, include them on family discussions and plans that you are making. Of course, where appropriate. There are a lot of adult decisions that need to be made within a family. Some of those, if not all of those adult decisions, do not need to involve your kids. Finances don't need to involve your kids. Fighting with your spouse definitely does not need to involve your kids. What you're going to buy at the grocery store, what activities you want to do for the weekend, what your kids would like to accomplish this year in school. Yep, appropriate, appropriate, appropriate. The other day, I even had a conversation about the scent of laundry detergent. I took their opinion and I bought the scent of laundry detergent they wanted. Just this past week, they noticed I had flannel sheets on my bed. For some reason, this intrigued both of my kids very greatly. And we had a conversation about getting them flannel sheets. Guess what they have on their bed? The soft sheets. We had a conversation about it. Include them in the decision-making process of your family. They will feel important and empowered, and it improves your bond with your kids, which creates better parent-child relationships, creates better behaviors. It's amazing how all of this stuff flows right together to improve behaviors. I can't make this stuff up. I live it every day. I know it works. Moving on to number 4. Our 4th way to be present, and this is a big one. It's big, even if you think it's not. I should write this one down. Okay, remember, we're talking about being present. I had to remind everyone. Here it is. Events. Be there. If your child has a tournament, be there. If your child has a practice, be there. If your child is in any activity at all, be there. Even if you think, oh, I went last week, so-and-so's taking them this week, they're getting a ride with a friend, be there. It goes so fast that you're going to find yourself standing one day and saying, wow, I wish I went to more baseball games. I miss that now. I wish I went to more practices to watch my son or daughter, whatever the sport, whatever the activity. So I actually need to remind myself of this too, because there are some nights I am tired, right? We're tired. We are working. We are raising a family. We're trying to keep up on the house. We're trying to be present, right? And it's easy to say, my spouse is taking the kids tonight. I got the night off. And please, if you need some me time, you do that. And I have done that. However, do your best to be at, I know I said every, but like almost every event that your kid is doing, even if you think it's not important. Example, Tuesday, I took my kids to wrestling. The week before, my husband did it. I did it this weekend. And I stepped away for a moment and I came back and my son's like, where'd you go? Like literally, I was gone for 5 minutes down the hallway, maybe even 4 minutes. Like it was so quick. I said, I was just down the hallway. Like it was just stuffy and hot. And I just wanted some fresh air and I came right back. I wanted you to watch me. Watch me now. Watch me, watch me, watch me. Okay, I'm right here. I'm watching. Like so excited that I was there. different event, not wrestling. It was an event, and I can't even think exactly what it was. That there really wasn't a high interest in going. I don't want to go. Can we cancel? Nope, we're going. We have a commitment. Oh, it was chorus concert. Don't want to go. Nope, I'm going to be in the audience. He didn't care about that. Just don't want to do it. Sorry, we got to go. We went. I watched. And what happened on the ride home? Did you see that? Did you hear this? What about when I walked on? Did you like that song? How about this song? So excited that I was there, and I took some video. Can I see my video? So even if your kids are expressing that they don't want you to be part of the activity, they don't want to be part of the activity, be there anyways. And I don't care how old they get. Be there. They want you there. They want your support. And I know, I see it. I see all the kids, including my own, looking at the audience, looking at the crowd. Where's my person? Are they here? Same with volunteering at their school. If they have something going on, I know mostly it's at the elementary level, but be there. Be there. Someone once said to me regarding taking a day off of work, what will you remember? That you came to work another day, or that you went to an activity with your child? That's actually where I got the idea for number 2 on our list of how to be more present. It's true. They are growing so fast. If you don't hurry up, you will miss it. I don't want you to miss it. I want you to be present. And I am going to return to my present state with my kids after we recap. So here's our saying again. You can't stop your children from growing up, but you can be present so you don't miss your children growing up, because we're not able to stop it. I would love to just remember, I do remember, I shouldn't say it that way. I would love to hold that little baby again and smell that baby smell. It's gone. I can't get it back. And before I know it, another 10 years will pass for my oldest, and he will be an adult. It's already happened once because he's 10. It will happen again, and he will be 20. And I will be sitting here again saying to you, oh my gosh, 10 years ago, I was saying how fast it went. This next 10 flew. Crazy. He's in college and moved out. Boy, I wish I had my 10-year-old back. It goes fast. So here we go to recap. Number 1, reflect on your goals, on how you want to be as a parent. Heather's here. Hello. And reflect on what you will remember and what your kids will remember regarding how you parented them and how they grew up. Will they remember you being present and engaging with them? How do you want to be remembered as a parent? When you have the answer to that question, you then can form your goal from step 1. So that's step 1 and step 2. Step 3 was include your kids on family decisions that are age appropriate for them. Do not include them on family decisions that are adult oriented, but include them in that process because they want to be included. And number 4, remember, events. Go to your kids' events. They want you there. They will remember you were there. So maybe your goal is as simple as, I'm going to go to every single practice this week. Start small. And then we get into the larger areas. Remember those foundational pieces that I mentioned to you when we were reflecting on our parenting? Maybe you want to add in a foundational piece of communication. Maybe you want to add in more expectations or consistency. Reach out to me, comment below, change. We got this, right? We got this. So there you are, 4 ways to be more present in your kid's life before you miss them growing up. Hurry up, because it goes fast. It goes so fast.